Alright y'all, I'm gonna start off this video by telling y'all I don't want to spend no money on these daggum chain kits for keeping the front down. So I'm gonna try and secondhand make some shit out of just various pieces of scrap metal, chain, and welding, and see what I can come up with. Old bed frame here. Got some angle iron from the bed frame. Yeah, I think angle iron will do just fine. Alright. This is a lot thicker than the shit they're selling online. It's definitely not gonna break. So after digging around a little bit through the beater, I got a selection of hardware. You know, I'm a Miller guy, but I gotta say this little Lincoln is pretty dope. So right now the suspension is at full sag. The truck's jacked up. Let's just kind of get a mediocre measurement here at full sag. And all right, got my mediocre measurement at full sag. So what we want to do is cut it with as much link as possible left, because we're just going to loop the link back into that link, into the remainder. Now I'm going to need 2 hands for this because I got to pull this chain tight while I cut. Alright, so here's what we got so far for the bottom pieces. Gonna drill the hole there so the bolt can go through. Got our 2 equal chain lengths and our links that we're gonna weld onto here. After, you know, you gotta run it through here first. And I might even just weld it sideways, but we'll see. It'd be best to do it at like an angle. I'm probably gonna do it like this though. So we got her tacked up on there. I mean, it looks hideous right now, but I'll wire brush it all off, you'll see. And then we'll really burn them in. Alright, so now I'm burned into the plate all the way around. Ain't going nowhere. Got our top brackets set up, so one of the loops will just right to the top. So this will be welded on the post, and then underneath or on top, probably on top for more strength, it'll just get bolted like that. And if you want more, it gets bolted like that. More, bolted like that. Well, you gotta move the chain. Let's take a look at our options here. So the first thing I want to figure out is how I'm gonna mount the bottom, because then to me that's the most important. Start from the bottom and go up. And the reason why is because I have endless possibilities to mount to up top depending on circumstances. What I mean by that is I might mount to this. This looks thin, but I assure you it's some strong shit. I might mount to the frame, which would be ideal, but I want the chain to be in line with the shock. So that's the goal. This gets tricky. I might be just welding this onto the damn A-arm. But this is all cast, so you don't really want to weld onto the cast. I don't have my TIG welder here. Could literally just weld it down here, which would be the most ideal. That might be a problem with the CV axle the way it is. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna hit. So if we come on the outside, basically right here, and come up maybe through, Let's just check to see how this fits through. Onto the tower. So the bottom, the top A-arm would be hitting the chain. Alright, so if I weld it to the top, I'd need to do some cutting and trimming, but we'd reach right there in the top center, and that would be the most. Clean up our surface a little bit where we're going to be welding. Alright, nice and shiny. Top tab, bottom tab had to get creative. Looks like shit. Probably gonna break off, but we'll find out. At least everything's gonna be nice and in line, and that's what I wanted. Remember, these are at full tilt too, so I can jack this up with a jack. Get that to catch. Well, she on there, and she a little off center, but you know, that's the way she goes. She ain't coming off. At least this one ain't coming off. But I do need new bushings and a new CV boot. So yeah, it's fun. All that grease in that CV boot is going to completely cake the wheel well. It's gonna be cool. Be nice and shiny in there. Caught the grass on fire, so you know, that's always fun stuff. Nice big fucking hole there. But yeah. So now that we got extended daylight, I figured while we're here, might as well go ahead and replace the tie rods with new ones, just to see if that'll help with the sleeve, because those were used forever and then we put the sleeves on them. So it might help to have brand new ones and then throw the sleeves. And if I'm feeling froggy enough, I'll go ahead and do the sway bar links and bushings too. Bitch is in. I'm really not hopeful on these guys, but the chains will help, and we'll see what these guys can do. I think they're gonna get fucked up probably about the third pull, if not the first. But you know, that's how she goes. Send them back to China and drop some money on some kryptonite shit. When we drop it back down, we'll have to slide up in there, do our adjustment, or maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, fuck yeah. Drop the truck down, gained a whole 3 lengths. That's pretty bitchin', because this is gonna work. Only thing I'm worried about is that cast where I welded this side. I got really good. I layered it, went over it, went over it, went over it. So I got it good on this side, but the other side I'm worried about. I trimmed the piece down into like a triangle so I could tie it in, but you know, second go around is always better than the first go around. And yeah, this side should be Gucci. The other side we might be doing wah, wah, wah. But yeah, she's gonna fucking work. The setups I see that they're selling for these Pro Mod cars and shit, they're thin as fuck. So I mean, this should definitely plant the rear, because it can't pick up the front unless it's you know, doing a wheelie. And as long as it is, I do not see that happening. Test it out tomorrow. Let's see what we gained over here. Oh yeah, she's looking mad loose. Mad loose. Oh fuck yeah, we're gonna gain definitely 2 on tight, maybe 3. Alright, so we gained 1 out of this side, but then again I welded this lower than the other side, so that's why it's like that. Hell yeah. Alright, now I gotta clean up all this shit and drive this bitch, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna test it tonight though. God dang velocity crackers and shit out here. so, you know, this is slightly annoying, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna spit the facts here. So out of 3 parts stores and possibly an hour and a half of vigorously trying to work with their search engine, I was only able to find one part that I needed out of 3 separate parts and in stock, and the price was pretty shit. So it was like 30 bucks for one of these, and I would need 2, so that would come out to $60 because I need 1 for each control arm. Now 30 minutes on Amazon, I was able to find the upper control arm bushings and 2 kits from Moog valued at $32. That's what it cost me. 2 kits. They're Moogs. Also, they're gonna be at my house tomorrow. Now next one, lower control arm, 2 kits at my house tomorrow, $34. Would have been twice that at the parts store. Now last one is the shock absorber bushings that I couldn't find in any of the stores. Will be at my house tomorrow, and again, I only need 1 kit because it's 1 per side. $14. It would have been twice the price at a parts store. I saved twice as much time searching, cost me half as much, and it's gonna be here literally like 6 times faster than if I was to order at the parts store. Tomorrow, we will install upper control arm bushings, lower control arm bushings, and new shock bushings, as well as the sway bar link bushings and sway bar links themselves. We'll just go ahead and knock everything out. So today, we're not going to do anything too rowdy with the truck because it was doing some weird steering jerk, and I know between the melted shock absorber bushing, the absolutely shot out upper control arm bushing that I didn't video, but I promise you, it shot to shit. We'll be replacing those in a hurricane because supposedly there's just a fucking hurricane coming. But that's where I'm going to leave this video off, and next video we'll pick up with, you know, installing all these parts.